met a girl named Maria. I've just met a girl named Maria.
Just kissed a girl named Maria.
There's a new West Side Story that just came out. This is Steven Spielberg's version. And this is the perfect time for us to talk about West Side Story and the song Maria, because it features what's called a tritone. So what is a tritone? What is a tone? A tone is basically one full step or two half steps, also known as two semitones. So on the piano, so this is a tone right here. So 1, 2. Why is it called a tritone? Because it's going 3 tones, aka 3 full steps above the root note. So why didn't I click on this one right here? Why didn't I get this one? Because this is only a half step, half a tone, a semitone. So that's a tone, and then that's a tone, that's a tone. So this is a tritone. If you listen to it, it almost sounds a little bit cynical, sinister, cynical. Sometimes it's called the devil's interval. I don't know who came up with that, and apparently the history behind why it's called the devil's interval is even debated. But it sounds a little weird, right? Do, 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 do. It sounds like it's unstable. It sounds like it wants to resolve. So in the beginning, when he's singing this, before he gets to the tritone over here, it starts out with the regular fourth. So this is called the perfect fourth. So do 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 do.
Maria, Maria, Maria.
And then it goes Maria, Maria. So this is a perfect fifth.
Maria, 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 Maria.
Perfect fourth is Here Comes the Bride. Perfect fifth is Star Wars. That's how you can know what a perfect fourth and what a perfect fifth is. And then when he starts breaking out into, he's really singing Maria, he goes Maria, do, do, do. So he uses a tritone. To be completely correct about this, I was showing you the tritone from the same root note for the sake of convenience, but in the actual song, they start the tritone one step above. So they started on the D.
Maria, I've just met a girl named Maria.
Maria, I've just kissed a girl named Maria.
It starts here, Maria. So it starts in a different note. So going back to our piano, instead of starting on the C, it starts on the D here, this note. So again, tritone, 3 tones, aka 3 full steps. So 1, 2, 3. Why up here? Because this is only a semitone, right? So this is a full tone, this is a full tone, and then so Maria, Maria. So going back here, Maria, and the reason it works is because it resolves into the dominant, the fifth. Maria. That's not the same vibe, right? What about this? Maria or Maria. Ugh. So you can play around. I mean, I kind of encourage you. Just play around with different intervals. See if it works. Maria. That could sort of work. Maria. That could be not the end of the song, but another refrain could work. But the point is, let's go back up here. Sounds more complete up here. Maria, Maria.
Maria, I just kissed a girl named Maria.
So the question now is, why did Leonard Bernstein put a tritone in here? And there's probably a million theories we could posit. But what I would say is this West Side Story is about young love. You can't even call it love. It's more like lust. To call it love, what Maria and Tony go through, is kind of an insult to love. But it's about lust, about going to seek the unfamiliar. They're two rival communities, and some love springs between them, between Tony and Maria. So there's a sense of unfamiliar and a sense of almost impending doom, if that makes sense. I mean, this is a Romeo and Juliet story, so it wasn't going to end well. So I think the tritone probably somehow evokes that in the mind. Why was the melody written a different way? I think it is something that the tritone evokes that will stick to you even when it resolves. Even when it resolves to the perfect fifth, you'll still remember that unsettling tritone. And unfortunately, that's what happens in the story. Spoiler, Tony dies, and eventually the community's torn down and people go on with their lives, right? So it resolves, but for a brief second there was something. There was something worth lingering. So that's it, guys. Now when you watch this, whether with a friend, a date, or whatever, you can say that Maria, that song, uses a tritone, which is very, very rare in music. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Talk to you guys soon.